So Brenda wanted to find a spot so that we can do some talking. I'm gonna pass the microphone to her.
Welcome back to our channel. I know you don't have to do a double take. It's me talking. It's usually Ricky talking all the time. And not because I don't want to share, you know, like when God's speaking to me to share something, it just keeps
Until the next video.
Thank you for your support.
God bless.
We love you all. Bye.
For the next video. See ya.
Had big jobs, but the stress was too much. Welcome to Ricky and Brenda's The Great Escape.
So Brenda wanted to find a spot so that we can do some talking. I'm gonna pass the microphone to her.
Welcome back to our channel. I know you don't have to do a double take. It's me talking. It's usually Ricky talking all the time. And not because I don't want to share, because I'm taking everything in. So whenever we travel and stuff like that, if I'm not talking, it's just because I'm absorbing everything, taking everything in, and Ricky's just recording. So on our way down to the central on our motorcycle, I just had like this instinct, like I don't know, like when God's speaking to me to share something, it just keeps going in my mind. So today's Saturday. Friday we went to our workout. We did our workout at the gym, and our normal trainer Adela, she was off because she had to work Saturday, so she was off Friday, which is normally when we train. So the owner of the gym was the one that did the training with us yesterday, and we had an interesting conversation about, you know, just the culture and the quality of life here. He was explaining why Adela wasn't there training us, and it was because she had to work on Saturday, so he gave her Friday off. And then we started talking, and I just mentioned to him that, you know, if there's one thing that I would have loved to do differently. And then at the same time, after saying that, I know that every experience that we've gone through, everything we've been through has been because it had to happen that way. I truly believe that. It was for us to learn a lesson, good, bad, and there's always a lesson there that God is trying to show us. And so I just remember saying, you know, I remember just working all the time. Like, I feel like I literally work myself almost to death. You know, working just to, you know, give the kids everything that they needed or wanted. We did achieve the American dream, like everyone says. We're blessed, you know, although we went through a lot. It was a roller coaster, up and down. God did bless us with we were at a point where we had everything. Like, we wanted to go out, we went out. We wanted to buy something, we bought it. The car that we wanted, we bought it. The motorcycle Ricky wanted, he bought it. But the whole reason we came to Spain was because we felt like God was calling us here. But one of the things also was that we just didn't feel fulfilled. We had everything we needed. We were blessed with money, wasn't an issue, but we just were not, I don't want to use the word happy, but we just didn't feel fulfilled. We felt like there was just something missing. And if you have been following us, you can see in our videos, the beginning of our videos, we talk about that. But, you know, I did mention that to him, and then we started just talking about the culture in Spain. And so he was saying, you know, here in Spain, they actually, business owners that do work, open 7 days a week, let's just say, or long hours, they actually look down on those business owners because they said that they're just being greedy, that you don't need all that money. And I just found, look, I'm getting chills now just even saying it. You know, for them it's more important having a good quality of life, being able to spend times with their friends, their family. They close, like we've been mentioning, in the middle of the day, like at, I think from 2 to 3. That gives them time to go pick up their kids from school.
Longer than that.
Right. That gives them time to go pick up their kids from school, take them home, or wherever they need to take them. You know, it's just, the whole culture is just different. And it brought me back to a conversation I also had with our trainer, that she said, you know, everyone talks about, let's go to the States because American dream, and they pay so much more in the US than they do here in Spain. And we were trying to, you know, just share our experience, right? And she said, you know, just hearing you guys talk, I'm not someone that's rich and have it all, but nothing has ever been missing from, we've never, you know, I always have food, I have a roof over my head, I have clothes, you know, nothing is missing. And so she even said too, she goes, I prefer that. Because I was saying, you know, there in the States, we work. Yes, we make a lot of money, but we're constantly working. And then when we're not working, it's not like here. Like here, you see the community. You see everyone sharing. You see everyone talking. You see the neighbors talking to each other. You see, you know, when they go to eat, that's one of the reasons why you can ask the waiter for your, for the bill, or la cuenta, how they say it here. And they'll take their sweet time to bring it to you, because they want you to just enjoy your meal, talk, just, you know, spend time together. That's just their culture. I've seen people being in a restaurant 3-4 hours. We once, it's funny, we once went to a restaurant and they didn't have any reservations, and the guy said, well, I could fit you in at, I think it was like 8 o'clock, but you would have to leave the table at 9:30. An hour and a half. We're like, yeah, that's fine.
Actually,
and he just looked, it was probably even longer than that.
Yeah.
He just looked at us funny, because we were like,
we'll be done in like less than an hour.
I know, we're like, we'll be done way before that. And he was just like, it was strange for him, because when you do a reservation, they expect you to be there 4 or 5 hours. Like they don't, you know, they don't book somebody else right behind you. And so, you know, I just feel like maybe that's part of the lesson. And when I say, you know, we worked ourselves to death, like literally, you know, the stress, I blame it on the stress. You know, I had the whole, you know, the breast cancer thing, like the double mastectomy, the double mastectomy, if it was just that, but no, I had multiple complications. I don't talk about it much, but only my close family knows about it. But I have multiple complications from it, and I just remember having surgery and being, you know, in bed and getting a call from work, like, and stressing me out. And then I was like so stressed out about it, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my job. And it was just a constant stress. And Ricky had, you know, what the doctor said, a mini stroke. So we were literally, like I said, practically like killing ourselves. Here Ricky hated going to the gym over there in the States. Even when I did CrossFit, I tried to convince him to do it with me, and he just, it wasn't for him. Here we go, we love it. He loves it. He's enjoying it. It's just a different life. It's a different lifestyle. It's hard to explain. Obviously, don't come to Spain if you're thinking you're gonna be making a lot of money. Like, what I took away from it was that value your friends and spending time with your family more than chasing the money and I don't even know how you say it, like the power of, oh, I have the biggest house, I have the latest model of a BMW, a Lexus, I have all these clothes, I have this big TV. Like, that doesn't fulfill you. I just feel like spending time with your family, your kids, you know, having conversations with your neighbors. Like, think to yourself, how often do you talk to your neighbors and just spend time with them, you know, like, or just going to a restaurant and talking to the waiter for a while. That's common here too. They'll just talk to you, you know, the waiters will talk to you. They're not rushing to go to the next table to serve them. I mean, even to get, and this may be annoying for people that come from the state, but I find it refreshing. Like, some people get annoyed that they sit down at a table and they don't take their orders right away, or they're waiting for the waiter. It's just a different, obviously different culture, different lifestyle.
We do say what others have said, that make sure you're not starving when you go to
right. Make sure you're not starving, because it'll take a while before you can order and get the food. But I mean, again, maybe it's just because it's November and the holidays are coming, or what. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I had to share the whole, you know, this is maybe a lesson. Maybe God wanted us to see, you know, it's not always about how much you're making at work, or
that's not what matters,
or your house that you have, or listen, we came from a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, 3-car garage, to right now we live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, super tiny. The dining room and the living room is together. The kitchen is super tiny, and I can tell you, I can speak for myself, and I know Ricky probably feels the same way, but I've been so at peace and so happy. Like, I feel more fulfilled experiencing this than how I was having it all in the state, having all the money, knowing that I can just get up and buy whatever I want. And you know, and again, I say we've been blessed to be able to have that, but I feel like God kind of wanted us to see and experience this so that we could share it with you guys, which was the purpose of this YouTube channel, to share everything. And the number one thing that I took from it is, you know, value the time that you have with your family over your work or the money that you're making. I know it's hard, because if you don't work and you're not making money, you can't live, you can't survive. Unfortunately, in the US, you just can't. But again, we are very spoiled in the US as well, because if you see how people live here, like, they're not wearing designer clothes. Like, they're not wearing the most expensive shoes. They're not jewelry. They're jewelry. Like, they're not wearing the huge diamonds. They're not.
You can tell it's not important to them.
It's not important to them. Like, they don't, you know, and that's something to think about. You know, they're not living in a humongous house.
And you start talking to them, and the first thing they say, if the working whole conversation, you go, say, we don't make a lot of money here in Spain, but you know, basically it's, well, we're happy with what we get.
And he was saying, you know, as the owner of the gym, he goes, yeah, well, I don't, you know, when we do work on Saturdays, they do it like once a month, I think, right?
They rotate.
What he said.
They rotate.
And then they rotate, so it's that he doesn't make his employees do it all the time. On Fridays, they close at 2, so it's like a half a day. And he mentioned that to us. He goes, I still don't have kids, but, you know, and this is my business, but I'm not here all the time. Right. He goes, and I make it a point not to, because that's not our culture. He did mention, you know, the younger generation, which I feel is different in the States than here. And that was also very interesting. I feel in the States, the younger generation is kind of realizing that we shouldn't be killing ourselves working just to live. But then here, it's like the opposite. Like he said, the younger generation with technology and everything, like when they're opening business, they're wanting to take the model of the US and make sure, you know, stay open 24/7, work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So
let me hold on.
Adapt that model, and I hope that changes and really doesn't happen. But yeah, so I just found it very interesting him saying, you know, that people that do that, business owners that do that, they look down on them. But that's not what they want
I
for the
do remember
culture here.
him saying, if they see that you have a lot of money or you're making a lot of money, it's either because you're stealing or you are exploiting your employees or you overworking your employees.
And they don't like that.
And I was like, oh.
So that was interesting. But again, I just felt like I had to share that. I don't know, we were walking. I'm like, Ricky, I think we have to record.
I know,
this.
I was like, what?
I have to share this. And he's
Is
like,
everything
what?
all right?
Because I never, I'm not big on talking a lot on the channel. But when I do feel like God is telling me to share something that, that's why I come on and share, because that's the whole purpose of this. And I feel like there's someone out there that needs to hear what I'm saying. And just a light bulb will shine on them and or come up, and if you're struggling with spending time with your family or work or anything like that, I thank God for us that our kids have that mentality. And I don't know if it's because they've seen what we've gone through and how hard we've worked and all the health and stress that we've been through. And especially Tiffany, our daughter, she's very, no, I'm not gonna kill myself. Like, that's not what I'm gonna do. So, and we're very, very proud of them for that. They're not to say they're both very hard workers. They've been working since teenagers. But I'm happy that they're trying to learn that balance. They're not like us that, and my mom was one that says it all the time. Says, I missed out on so much because all I did was work. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, she was a single mom. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like,
she had 3 kids.
It's hard. It's very hard in the US not work all the time, because you need it. Again, you have to work to live. Like but I don't know. I just feel like, as far as maybe it's all about, we really don't need like all the big material stuff. Who cares? Just trying to be like, if stop impressing the other person, your co-workers or whoever, and I know that's huge. In the US, you have to wear the designer clothes, you have to do this, you have to do that, and obviously it's because you're treated differently if you don't. Which is, that's something that I so enjoy here, is that everybody treats each other the same. You could walk into a restaurant, you can look like you're a billionaire, or you can be a regular Joe. They're gonna treat you the same. They're not gonna treat you any different. And that's something that I've enjoyed a lot.
I think this video is just so long, I'm probably going to chop it up a little bit. But this section where Brenda and I are sitting is just going to be a video on its own. And then we have the other one about all the stuff we've done today. So until the next video.
Thank you for your support.
God bless.
We love you all. Bye.
Until the next video. See ya.
Primera Production.